Hi everyone, it's Christina and I'm back again with showing you how to decorate. I could not find another beachy type chipboard, but I have these little wood pieces that say Happy Dream. Happy and Dream. And I think I'm going to use them. So I'm using the Vibes Shimmer Jenny B Blue. I don't know why it's called Jenny B Blue, but it's a very pretty color. And to get the shimmer mixed up, you just go side to side. Give it a good shake so it's mixed up. And then I just use the scrap, or this piece of paper is what I'm going to use to just spray. Probably don't have to spray it as much as I do, but I do. And then this, I'm just going to lay to the side and let it dry. See, I'll lay it over there on that box where it's flat and get the shimmers off of my... Okay, now, this we're not doing nothing with until that is done because this is our cover. So we're going to go in, and I have these all ready. They're all taped, everything is cut, everything should be cut and ready to go, but we'll see. Knowing me, we all know. Let's see, what is this? This is, I believe, a 6x. Somewhere there should be a piece of, I guess not. Yeah, I know it is. Alright, so this is going to be for one of the smaller pieces. So we're just going to fold that like that, and we're going to do this right here. So I have, this piece is cut at 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then I just put this little brad here, and I tied the baker's twine to it, and then I used some glitter dot, I'm sorry, art glitter glue to kind of make sure that the twine wouldn't come loose. I've never had a problem with it doing that, but I just like to make sure. Let's see, I'm going to go over this one more time to make sure I got them down good. And then, you know, I just score tape the back. And if you don't want to put the score tape in the center, you can, this is where you could use your ATG gun or some double-sided, gun, you know, got some double-sided tape runner or something. As long as you get a good one that has some good stick to it. Okay. And remember, if you're new to working with, make sure I got this going the correct way. Okay. New to working with the score tape, then you need to, you know, put you a layer of glue on all your score tape pieces, because this paper will like to jump up and grab it, and you are gonna, it sticks to it and it's a mess. Alright. So, for this, I have a waterfall, and I have not attached this down yet. I just put it there so I would know. I measured to make sure where I wanted it, and I wanted my holes to definitely match. Let's see, and because of that brad going through it, I want to do a little extra taping on it. Now, I'm going to use the brad to kind of help me, and I just use these glitter shell brads because I like them. They kind of went with the paper. The only brads I had that went with the paper. Okay, so that ain't gonna work. I got to somehow line these holes up. So if my gray head gets in y'all's way, I can't see it. You know what? I think I'll use this to do it, since that's what I poked the hole with. going to drive me crazy. I should have waited to poke my hole. I am going to use this, though, because I am afraid it's going to be a mess if I don't. But I wanted to use this area on my other work table that I could punch the hole with no problem. I hope my dryer's going crazy. I mean, my washing machine. I don't have a dryer. I did it. I couldn't see it, but I did it. Okay, now we want this to go in before we put on the back mat. These brads are really old. I've had them for, oh my goodness, I like to say about 8 or 9 years, but probably more like 14. Let's see. I want this to show back here. So, I'm going to do that. Alright. Now, let's pick. Now I'm going to pick my papers, because I knew I wanted to do that on the front. So, I want to see. This one needs to be one of my brown ones. Oh, there's my paper. So, this is for the 8x6 page. You're going to need 3 5 3/4 by 5.5 inch pattern paper. On the score on the 5.5 inch side at 1 inch, you're going to need 6 5.5 inch by 4 1/4 inch mats, which is your pattern paper. And then you need 3 1/4 inch by 5 3/4 inch strips of paper, of pattern paper. Okay, so when it's down, it will be like this. Just trying to figure out how I want to do my papers. And maybe this one. Maybe not that one. Nope, I think I want to do this one. So that would give me 2 stripes. But that gives me 2 grids. Nope. You know what? I'm going to do this and then this. So that's my fronts. So now, on the back, it's just as important because when you flip them all up, your back needs to be patterned also. So we know that the front of this one can be that. So this needs to be a blue. We're using that. So we'll make that a blue, and then we'll make this one am I missing some? Looks like I'm missing one. Oh no, this is the front. Okay, no. I'm just a little crazy. It's alright. Okay, and this is one of the mats that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. I'm just going to center this on it. And I did ink all of my edges. I think it gives it a nice finished look. Okay, now, here's our mat. And of course we're working on the 8 by 6 page. It was 8 by 7 and we scored it at 1 inch to make it an 8 by 6. And this is the first of our waterfalls. And they're just going to line up. Your first one's just going to line up with your paper at the top. Okay, we want to give it a good... Oh, we didn't put the tape under though. Okay. Now we're going to take one of our 3/4 by 5 3/4 strips. And it's going to just go right here, right at the bottom. You don't want it to overlap on this one, because you're going to butt up your next one right up to it. Alright, now we're going to go with our next one, and we're going to put it on. And you can decorate both sides before you put them on, except for the one you're doing, well, yeah, you could have decorated both sides, well, we did, before we put it on. Or you can wait and put them all on and then decorate them, except for this one, because you have to put the hole for the brad. This one just lines up. Just like that to make our waterfall. It's a little off, but we're going to fix that right quick. If it gets a little off, it's alright. All you got to do is fix your scor mark and burnish it there. Okay, now it's the one that gets this. I will have all of my measurements on my blog, blackberryspringscrafting.blogspot.com. Okay. Is that right? Yeah. Then this one is going to go right there. And with my blog, it's about all you're going to get is links to my videos and the measurements, because I'm not a writer. It's hard for me to try to keep up with it. I may eventually start posting some challenges there, just because I like to challenge myself. Alright, now I have two different kinds. So if you'll notice, I just used what I had scraps of. So this one is going to be in my middle, and then this one will be on the bottom. Alright, now our last waterfall. Oh, dang it. See what I mean about it grabs it? Even when you've been using score tape for 3 or 4 years, you have to be careful. In case you're new and you have never seen me use this, this is called Undo. You can buy it at Scrapbooking With Me Boutique. I believe it's also in the online store. And this just works a miracle to get the score tape off without tearing everything up. And then you just have to let it dry and retape. Shouldn't have pulled that up. Okay, so we'll just give that just a few minutes to dry. Let's see, did I score this? Oh no, this is my mat to go under here, and I didn't even tape it. Alright, we're just going to use the ATG gun, the Tape Advanced glider. We call it a gun. I don't know why, but we do. Okay, and I know about where, this is going to come down another inch. So I'm just going to put this right there for a photo mat. Alright, we're good and dry. Now, where did I set there it is. So we're going to retape. Okay. Now, this time I'm going to use art glitter glue on it, mainly because I don't want it to stick, but also because I used the Undo. So, oops, I hope I didn't just clog it because I didn't put the thing back in it. I just want to make sure I get a nice, good stick. I guess I'll make another new one right quick. Now, let's try this again. I'm not going to like that. Let's see if I can ink it. That helps it look a little better. Okay. Now we just have our last little piece, and then I'll show you how our twine works. My 2 little pieces. So my hair didn't get in the way. Okay. Okay. Now, we're just going to, and we just lift it up just a little bit, and then you see how we can just twine this around. Cut that off, and then so that it doesn't unravel, I'm going to put a little bit of the art glitter glue on my finger, and I'm just going to rub like this between my fingers. And it won't take that no time at all to dry. Cap our art glitter glue back up. Okay, and that is that page. Like that, and you can hang a little charm from there if you wanted to. If I can find a little charm, I might do that. It's going to be a Christmas gift for my stepdaughter. They're going to South Padre this summer, and I think this would be a cute little album for her, for her family. Okay. Now, let's see. We need another. That's going to be one of the bigger pages. That is one of the bigger pages. Here's one of the smaller pages. Let's use this one because it's not quite so bulky, I don't think. Ah, there's my. Get off of there. Nope, I was going to put this on there. Like it's coming out of the shell. And this is also one of the cutouts, and you can cut it out to where it looks like it's the wood. I'm just going to put that right there. Okay, now we're going to do another one of the 8x6 pages. For this page, you're going to need one 5 3/4 by 6 inch cardstock scored on the 6 inch side at 1 inch. You will need two 5 1/2 by, I think that's supposed to be 4 3/4 mats. You will need one 5 3/4 by 5 inch cardstock scored on the 5 inch side at 1 inch. You will need two 5 1/2 by 3 3/4 pattern paper. You'll need one 6 3/4 by 4 inch cardstock. You're going to score 1/2 on 3 sides, the 2 short sides and the long side. And then we're going to cut this diagonally. And then you'll need one 5 1/2 by 3 3/4 mat for this to cover the pattern paper, which we're also going to cut diagonally. Then you will need one 6 by 5 1/2 inch cardstock for a tag, and two 5 3/4 by 5 1/4 pattern paper for mats, and then one 5 3/4 by 1 inch piece, or two. You need two of those. Okay. Alright, now Now this piece is going to be the 6 3/4 by 4 inch piece. Okay, and as you can see, I scored it on the 2 short sides and 1 of the long sides. Now I'm going to trim it. I already taped it. You're going to tape it on the non-bubble side. See the indented side? And then see the slightly raised bubble side? I hope y'all can see that. It's going to be taped on the indented side. Who is my husband talking to? Must be the goats or the cows. Steve, Danny, I don't know. I didn't do nothing. He's talking to me. I guess he thinks I wrecked the truck. But I didn't. Okay, I should have made sure I folded this first. Okay. So, I forgot. I got to put this down first. Where is it? No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, this isn't that page. This is going to go right here at the bottom. Get these out of the way. It's going to go right along the bottom. I got to mat it first. See, hubby talking to me while I'm trying to do this is messing me up. I almost put the pocket on, then it would have been having to take the undo and pull it out. Okay. Well, that's on. Now we put the pocket right against the blue. Okay, and you do not have to diagonal this. All I did was I stuck it in my paper trimmer at an angle and cut it. And then I cut this by measuring up where it needed to be, flipping it over, and I drew a line. And then put it in the trimmer. Okay, there's that. Now, I have 2 mats. I do not, I'm just going to tell you that I don't know why I did this, but I just don't know. They're not the same size. They're not. So I'm going to put the shorter one on top. And this would be the maybe they were supposed to have been the same size, and I used it on a different one. I don't know. Anyway, this is one of the 5 3/4. Oh, this is the 5 3/4 by 5, scored on the 5-inch side at one. Oh, I think it was supposed to go under here and flip up. Oh well, it's going to be a double thing up here now. I just love crafting. You can change it to match what you want. And it's awesome. Yeah, I think it was supposed to go underneath that. This was that page. And then like that, so it was hiding the pocket and it was a surprise. The surprise is on me. I changed it. It's going to be a surprise when I open it. It's a surprise while I'm making it. Okay. So, since we're doing that, we're just going to make this a waterfall with the smaller one on top. Try to line everything up. No, I'm just going to go under. And this one's going to go over. On the top. And we're going to put the rope one here. And put this one on top. Okay, now we're going to put these. Put the little one here. And this one's going to be, I think it's like a half. Okay, we'll put our bigger one here. And this one is the 3/4. Now our mat, our tag, I'm just going to go right there. Put the ghost ship. Make sure you got the paper going the right way. Okay, and that goes there, and that one is done. I'm going to put just a tiny drop of art glitter glue there, I think. I do this a lot to fix little tears. Okay, Now we're going to just decorate the other one of these, and then we're going to take a break. And I will be back later with the last of it. That's going to be this one because it's more complicated. Let's get this down first before my husband decides he needs to yell at me or talk to me again about something he thinks I tore up on the truck. Okay. So this is one of the, ends up being 7 by 6. And this paper is cut at 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. You always want to cut it like a 1/4 inch shorter, a 1/4 inch in length and width from what you made your mat, what you made the tag thing. Alright, let's see what I did here. Alright, this is going to be fun. Okay, so you need 4 pieces of cardstock cut at 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. You're going to score on the 1 inch on the 4 3/4 inch side. You're going to need 8 5 1/2 by 3 1/2 pattern paper mats. And then you're going to need 4 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 mats. And that would be these, 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then 1 4 by 4 1/4, and 2 3 by 3 1/4 by 4 pattern papers. That's this. And you're going to need 2 magnets. The heavy duty ones, which are the big ones, and I only use the basic gray. They're the best. You can find them at the boutique. Scrapbooking With Me Boutique, or on the online store. I'm sure they're in there too. They're a staple that we carry. Okay, let's figure out our pattern first for our papers. Oh, and then you'll need a 5 1/4 by 3 1/4 for matting. Okay, let's see. Let's go with this here, and then under it we will go with, let's go with a blue. No, I don't want to do it with that. I'll do it with that. Why did I choose that side? Oh, that's why. And then let's go with this. And last but not least, we will do this. I'm going to go ahead and get all of those on. See, I'm going to need a magnet on this one. The top one. Your top one's going to need a magnet. I should have already had these open. And I'm using the heavy duty magnet because of the layers of paper. There's so many with the 4. And they package these up really good. I normally, in my paper, in these type albums, I don't use the heavy duty magnets, but I have a lot of magnets going through, so a lot of papers that it has to cover. Wait a second. No, I don't. I don't need to use the big heavy duty one. We just opened that for nothing. Let's see if I can find... I was hoping I had it opened, one of these. Sorry, I forgot how I was doing this. I think it's on another page that I'm doing that I'm going to need that heavy duty magnet. So you will need a heavy duty magnet, and you will need a light duty magnet. This has a negative and a positive. Of course, if you're wanting to save on some money, you can always put a little piece of metal that it will stick to. Okay, and the other side is going to stick to this, but I want to make sure I have my pattern correctly. Yeah, okay. So it's going to stick to the underside of this. And we're just going to pull it off because we'll have to figure the placement on that in a minute. Now we're going to put our mat down. Okay, then let's see, I want to do this next. I'm even going to go ahead and put this down. Oh, come on. All right, now this gets attached. Right there. Alright, now we're going to go to our next one. I gotta pick another. Put that on the wrong side. That's why I like to add mine after, so I know where I'm putting it is the right place. Because my mind wanders and I just start crafting. I'm sticking to everything. Alright. Okay, that's going to have to be blue. next. So we'll use this one. Okay, now this is going to go like that, and I'm going to use this. And I just use my scrap pieces to make these, so... whatever I had that the pattern went the correct way and I could get it to cut out, because by the time I got to this second album, I pretty much was running low. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And I think I lied to you on these measurements. Because that's not an inch. So I need to check that and make sure I have the right measurements on my blog. Okay, let's see. I said that this was, I know it's the 5 3/4, but I said it was 6. No, I said it was 4 3/4. And then score on the 1 inch. And that would have been correct. I did not. I messed mine up somehow, so it will have the correct measurements on my blog. This again. I'm not thinking. Okay. Monkey. I'm just not doing good putting these waterfalls in today. It's just not a waterfall day for me. Okay. Alright, that's got to be blue. There it is. Okay, now we can put this one on. Okay, now, you have to figure out the photo mat. So, we need another magnet for the bottom. I think right there will be fine. No, right there will not be fine. Oh, shoot. These stick so good, too. Okay, we're going to scoot it up to right at the bottom right there, I think. Let's see. Going just a little high there. Let me see. Let's go up just a little more. Okay, right there. Okay, and this is, of course, the 4 by 4 and 4 quarters, and then these are the 3 3/4 by 4. And this just gives you a removable mat that, you know, is holding that down. Okay, now, this is where the sticker sheet's going to come in a little handy. I don't know if I used it on the outside. I don't think I did on the outside, but I did use a sticker on the inside. So I'm going to pick this one that says, "The sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever." And I'm just going to ink my edges. I inked the edges on everything in the album except for the black paper. This is very sticky stickers that came with this, but just to be safe, I'm going to put me a little art glitter glue. Make sure that it stays down for forever and a day. And I'm just going to center it right there. I did all the smaller pages, so I will be back to decorate the remaining of the album in just a little while.